Hello solo leveling fans, and welcome back to a new video. Real quick before I get started, I just wanted to quickly say congratulations on creating Reapers Inc. Welcome to everyone that is a member now of the guild, and welcome to everyone that is now a part of our guild. Reapers Inc. is officially live, and we have about a whopping 36 members on our first day. These numbers are obviously going to change soon. But again, at the end of the day, as you can see here, we have 36 members. Congrats to all these people that actually made it and got approved, for whether that's from the Discord applications or whatnot. But if you still want to apply, if you still haven't gotten a spot yet, guys, don't worry. There's still, like I said, there's still spaces, and all you have to do is apply here through the Discord server. I'll leave a link to that in the description, obviously. Go to your guild, apply, answer these few questions, and paste your application here. Ashwin and Dragon King are going to be both guild vice presidents, and they're going to be, responsible for the recruitment process. So either reach out to me or these two guys, Dragon King and Ashwin. Big shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for all the help. And I also wanted to point out that there is going to be a new role when it comes down to the server. It's going to be called the Reaper role, and that is basically going to be only for guild members, and this will give you access to this channel right here. Obviously, this right now is going to be public because I have a few announcements to make on it. But once that is locked in, once we have our 50 members, this will be a private channel for only the 50 people who are in the first guild, and there will be like missions and things that we have to be looking forward to. So yeah, make sure to join that role when it drops, and make sure to be a part of it if you are in the guild. And with that being said, guys, let's talk about the actual guild content that we need to be doing and what we should be doing or focusing on as a whole guild. Now, the first thing I want to be talking about here is obviously going to be the guild missions. Guild missions is going to be super important, right? And that is because we need to level up our guild as fast as possible, because there are rewards out there in the item shop that I'll be talking about in a second, but it's very important. So the first thing that you need to be focusing on is your daily missions. Do not skip a day, and I mean do not skip a day without completing all 6 of these missions, please. These are very important. As you can see here, they provide XP for the guild, they provide XP to you, and they provide guild tokens, which we're going to be talking about very soon. Very important, by the way, to stack up on these tokens, and I'll get to why in a second. The second thing you need to be focusing on is obviously here the weekly missions. Now, when it comes down to the weekly missions, obviously it's very simple. Check into the guild, clear the daily guild missions 20 times. That's obviously throughout the week, so you have 6 per day. So yeah, there you go, there you have it. And then obviously you can fight the guild boss once. You need to be fighting it twice a week, I believe, and craft at least 1 item. When it comes down to your crafting menu, you can literally craft anything. That's also pretty easy. And then you can use the guild exchange shop at least 1 time. Now, speaking of the guild exchange shop, let's go ahead and focus on that, because it has some very insane items when it comes down to the shop here. Now, as you can see here, these are the tokens that we're going to be using, and this is the whole shop. As you can see, it scales from level 1 all the way to level 9, and what we're really interested in as a guild right now is reaching that level 3 as soon as possible, because we want those Truth Demon Knight spear fragments. They're really important to craft this OP new weapon that we saw take action in the job exchange and on the stream yesterday. It's very needed. It's a great weapon and does a ton of damage. I know that a lot of people have been looking forward to it, and it's a must-have weapon in my opinion, especially that we don't really have a lot of good light weapons except for like the Huntsman, and it's kind of mid right now. Like, the weapon is kind of mid. So yeah, for the tickets, guys, you're going to be stacking on as many of these as you can, and before the reset, you want to spend your resources, obviously depending on our level, on things like the weapon custom draw ticket, the fragments here for the new weapon, and obviously things on like the mana power extract, because it's like a late game rune, but we still need to reach level 6 when it comes down to the guild. Another thing that is a must get, guys, we need to buy this, and it's the buffs that we get. This buff lasts 7 days, by the way, so throughout the whole week. It's a one-time purchase. So all you have to do is just purchase it once for 100 coins of your guild, from your guild coins, and as you can see here, it increases attack, defense, and HP by 300. This will apply to all party members that are going to be doing the raid or are going to be fighting the guild boss, and it's a must-have, guys. You need to be purchasing this. 100 coins is nothing, trust me. If we go back to the guild missions here, I'll show you that you get those at least in 1 day. So if I go ahead and go here, you'll see that when it comes down to the daily missions, you get 6 missions, each giving you 10, which is 60 literally. So you make up those in literally about 2 days, less than even 2 days. So a day and a half basically. So yeah, a day and a half worth of missions, and you'll be able to get the buff that lasts 7 days, and it's a one-time purchase, like I said. So it's very, very important to be getting that buff, guys. And speaking of the guild boss and fighting the guild boss, here's what we're going to be doing when it comes down to the guild boss, right? You saw that in my weekly missions, it said that I fought the boss already, but as you can see here, I still have 2 entries that I can do, and that is because I didn't register my entry yet. And the way you want to do this, guys, is at least do a couple of runs, which is like basically 1 or 2 runs before you actually register the actual run that you want, and that will give you an idea of how much power you actually are doing when it comes down to the boss. So don't register the first fight that you do. Give it a couple of tries, give it a couple of runs, see how much damage you're averaging at, and then you'll know when a good run is to record or register that run. So that, keep that in mind when it comes down to the guild, guys. The second thing that I wanted to talk about here is obviously optimizing your team and optimizing your loadout and optimizing your weapons. Now for your team, there's obviously going to be at least 3 supports on the team. That is basically what I think should be the case. 3 supports to the team, but as you can see here, we have the team A, team B, team C, and definitely unit synergies are going to be a big part of this, guys. So things like Maylin right here is going to be a lot better with the water team here, like things like Alicia, for example, to buff her total damage and make her a better unit. And if I replace here, if I go ahead and replace Yosoyun here, excuse me, not Mary can stay. If we go ahead and replace Yosoyun here with someone like Hanseme, she's definitely going to be like a lot better, since this is going to be like a full win team, and she's going to be like a greater unit overall. So make sure to have like these synergies, obviously, but obviously still use the strongest units that you have. Do not just put just the units there for synergy when they're actually like weak. So for example, she's only 19k power, while Yosoyun was around what? I think she was around 62k. So yeah, definitely don't be using the units just because they're OP or they're gonna enable another unit. So make sure to be focusing on the units to be giving the best synergies, doing the most damage, and things like here, for example, you can probably just swap Choi here for someone like Min to enable to go the full way here, get rid of Choi and put someone in like Min, again only if they're strong enough. So yeah, it would look, in my opinion, the perfect team would look something like this: 3 breakers, so you'll have Jiwoo, you'd have Woo Jin-cho and Bake here as your 3 main breakers. 3 DPS characters, could have 2 breakers. I mean, the boss doesn't even have a break bar, so you can even get rid of the breakers and put even more DPS depending on like how strong your teammates are, or like how strong your party members are, or how strong your units overall are. So yeah, in my opinion, honestly, I would get like 1 or 2 breakers to give those shields, especially like things like Jiwoo, because she gives shields. And then I would go for the most number of DPS with the most number of supports that are possible. I think these 3 units are core when it comes down to the boss fight. You need Maylin to buff Alicia, you need Hanseme to buff Mere, and you definitely need Min to buff your light units, especially on Cha or any other light DPS. So yeah, guys, keep that in mind while you're fighting the boss. And like I said, do multiple runs. When it comes down to your weapons, you can use whatever you feel like the strongest weapons that you have are. For me, for example, right now, I would use something like the Plum Sword here, and I would use either the Grimoire, or if I level up my Scythe, I'll be using my Scythe here. So yeah, these will be my strongest weapons, definitely. My Westwind isn't bad either, it's at A4 right now, so I can still opt to do that. And like I said, that's why you do this testing phase before registering your run, to see how much damage you're dishing out with different weapons and different overall stats. So that's very, very important to be doing. So yeah, guys, keep that in mind while you're fighting. Keep that in mind when it comes down to the guild boss. And like I said, let's get this guild going. There's also one more thing. There's still going to be like small competitions here that you guys can see when it comes down to the guilds here. If I go back to the guild boss, excuse me, you'll see that as a guild, we need to be ranking up nicely. You can see here the total score, and you can see the total rage count. And now the rage count is basically the number of times we manage to kill the boss and it reset its HP bar and it refuses to die. You know, when you take a fight here, you fight the boss and it basically says that the boss refuses to die and refreshes its rage count. That would count as 1. And there's obviously two types of rage rewards. There's individual rage rewards, and then there's co-op rage rewards. And basically the individual ones is how many times you manage to do it, while the co-op rewards is how many times we as a whole guild managed to do it. So right now we are at the 100 range. We, like you guys saw, we were at 108, obviously with only 36 members, which is not bad honestly, but we could definitely do better. And like I said, we are definitely aiming to get towards that 500, because that's like the highest reward that you can get. 300,000 gold, 100 guild coins. I think these needs to be buffed up a little bit, but we're not complaining. Yeah, we need to definitely be doing that. But yeah, big shout out to these people right here on the leaderboards, the top five guys right here. Arash, Dragon King, Solo, and Axtros, and Silid. You guys are fantastic. Look at these rage counts: 7, 8, 8, 10, 10. Crazy, crazy stuff. Big shout out to these guys. And for the rest of us, we need to definitely start putting in that work and start putting in the effort when it comes down to our runs. I just wanted to make sure that you guys understand how it worked, so that a lot of people are going to be optimizing their loadouts and their builds. But with that being said, guys, I think that brings us to the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this insightful. If you did enjoy, as always, don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe. And with that being said, happy leveling. Peace.